There's a beautiful view, sandy beaches, not a care in the world, plenty of fish, plenty of food, loving parents, loving grandparents. The whole community just seemed to be pretty well together as a child.
You!
Oh, wash your cup for you. What kind of trade is that?
I remember a lot of people really caring about us as children, and there really wasn't a whole lot of anything going wrong. I mean, children just didn't do a whole lot wrong in the village, and I never remember any reprimands from any of the adults.
The colonization of my people has wreaked havoc on their traditions and their spirits. Residential schools took away parents' parenting skills.
I was 5. They were making us like we were great big men, you know, telling us to shut up, you goddamn kids, shut your goddamn mouths. The hell's the matter with you guys? Quit acting like babies. We were babies.
It took away people's spirits. It took away their culture, and it took away their traditions. By not having these cultures and traditions anymore, people turned to alcohol, drugs, and suicide to numb the pain.
I was in Vancouver for 7 years, and I was strung out on heroin. I was strung out on cocaine. I did all the popular drugs of the time, LSD, MDA, cocaine, and I smoked grass. And I was involved with that time, and I supported a $300 a day heroin habit.
The purpose of these tactics of colonization were to assimilate and separate Indigenous people from their lands and from their resources.
So smart ass I am, I get up to the mic and I say, "Excuse me, Mr. Chairman," I says, "I need to get this straight in my mind about what the Premier of our province is saying. Is he saying that he wants the Prime Minister to buy the land off him that he stole off the Indians? And Bennett, if looks could kill, I'd be dead sitting in that hole." He was not happy with my intervention. But anyway, that's how I saw it. It was my simplistic thinking that saw this. I mean, he's asking them to buy the land they stole, because they did steal the land. I mean, there is no other way to say it. You guys stole the land. You took what wasn't yours.
Aboriginal people have fought. They've fought to make their lives better. They've fought to make their situations better. They've fought for their land, and they've fought for their people, and they've fought for their traditions, and they've fought for their ceremonies. And they will continue to fight.
I guess I feel like David did when he beat Goliath.
And these people who do this fighting for us, they deserve to be honored. They deserve to be acknowledged for all that they sacrifice.
You got to remember, we've lived this stuff for 150 years, and we're not prepared to tolerate it anymore.
In 1995, we went to court in Port Alberni. Justice Hogarth was sitting on a bench hearing our case against Arthur Henry Plint, a dormitory supervisor at the residential school in Port Alberni. And I think that validation is a really huge recovery process for us.
I would urge people to speak up, even if they have to just tell a friend and ask their friend to say it for them. I would urge them to speak up, because my experience is that every human being, in my opinion, has an opinion that's worth something. We need to return back to the original purpose, and that's to make life better for our people. I mean, people seem to forget that 60% of our people live in poverty, and our task should be to change that.
I felt better about myself. The human side of me was actually coming back. And who was standing beside me but my own people, you know, reinforcing the idea that I was okay, that I was a human being. And
As we journey with one another and we journey side by side, we begin to realize the importance of who we are and where we come from. We begin to realize how strong we are as people. And we also begin to realize our weaknesses. Through these realizations, we start to try to figure out ways on how to overcome these obstacles that we have been faced with. There is no more room for blame. There is only room for healing.
I know it is for me. I've forgiven him. He can't hurt me anymore. He certainly can't hurt my children.
If we teach our youth from a young age to value themselves and value their lives, they too will be strong. They are strong.
There's much more to our people than being degraded as a fucking Indian or as a lowlife of this world.
And so what I see, 20, 30 years in terms of a post-treaty environment is these very independent communities. And they're going to have problems just like everybody else, but they're being in control of their own communities.
If we continue to practice our traditions and hand these traditions down, these traditions will not go anywhere and our cultures will remain intact.
There's a lot of other things that have to happen along with treaty. And I would say that one of the biggest things is the education of our people. We need to keep on pushing and keep on, even though it's getting better each year, we need to keep the pressure on and make sure that our people realize the importance of education.